Okay, and welcome back to Let's Solo Toontown Rewritten. We're gonna resume playing as Jeff here. I'm gonna timestamp this. This is October 5th, 2016, and this will probably be coming out, I don't know, a week. Whoa, look how few districts there are. That's kind of random. Okay. This should be coming out the 15th. So there's probably about 10-day delay. Maybe it might be coming out the Wednesday. I don't know, because what I want to do is I'm not gonna edit all my videos for this because it takes too long. I'm also doing UHH as I've talked about in every single episode so far. Ooh, Doomfest's going on, isn't it? Yeah, nice. We won't be doing much of that in this tune, at least. We might do that on our main. I might record that on my main, because honestly I could. So let's go ride the trolley. And yeah. So the current plan for my upload schedule is going to be basically every Saturday. I'm gonna make these every Wednesday. I'm releasing every Saturday. This is gonna allow me to basically, edit the ones I want to edit, which I did edit number 2. In the progress of doing that as we speak right now. And yeah, basically what that's gonna involve is teal text saying, "Hey, you're stupid in every way." You as in me, not you as in you, because that's mean. Yeah, it's quite fun doing. Takes a good while though. I'm using Windows Movie Maker, so it's not even a good software to do it on. But it's free, so who cares? That's all that really matters. Right, it's free. And the YouTube editor, which is probably used this to upload, or is used to upload this one, because basically what I do is I can upload each of the game clips and just combine them together in one video, and that's all I have to do. Which is fairly easy. It's fairly quick as well. Does take a whole lot of effort. I've spent too much already. 6, 6, 2. All right, we're at 25 now. Nice. So let's do that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. And I'm still using the freaking game clips because it is the easiest thing to do. I'm sure there's a better way to do it, and that would actually game sound, because it's incredibly loud. And I do like the game sound. The game sound is quite good. The music behind it, the sound effects, it's quite good. It does get annoying after a while, but it is quite good. And it's also something to, hear in the background. I have kind of actually debated if I'm just going to basically take the main TTR theme and put that in the background of my episode 2. At this point, you will already have known, because this is episode 3, and unless I release episode 3 before I release episode 2. Which... Okay, I hit the hotkey to end the recording. Believe it or not, that ends recording. I mean, believe it or not. I was trying to... It's Alt, by the way, for the map. I figured that out. I was trying to hit... Is it fin end? Yeah, fin end. Because the end key is all my arrow keys for some reason. It's kind of weird. Anyhow. I don't know why I looked at that, because I just looked at the map and discovered, hey, go to that red circle. That has the one in it. Just go there. But oh well. So as you have seen, I I won my first UHH match, 16-0. I'm currently in progress the second one. It's currently 11-7 at this moment. I'll talk more on that after I talk to Sticky Lou, and he sends me to do something weird. I spilled some blue glue, and I'm stuck cold. If there were a way out, I would be sold. That gives me an idea if you're feeling loyal. The few of you sell bots and bring back some oil. I hate saying rhymes. It's hard to say. Also, I'm me no talk, as you've been probably noticing by this point. Oh. So, Ultimate head-to-head. It's going fairly well, I'd say. Yeah, I say Ultimate, I think Ultimate Hardcore. But that's UHC, which is actually Ultra Hardcore. And I think there's actually a season going on right now. Well, they're releasing a season right now. They film it in one sitting, of course. Yeah, because all one's 25 everything. But yeah, I've been watching that a bit. Of course, it's on Twitch only, and I don't like going to Twitch to watch videos. I don't know. Twitch is a live stream service, not a freaking just video playing service. Like, I don't like watching live streams on YouTube, and I don't like watching just a random one-off video on Twitch, because it doesn't make sense. It's just different. Hey yo, we're here on the internet, we don't like change. What? You throw any kind of change at us, you're like, we just shut down and start complaining. And I take the D key, trying to turn right, apparently, because that makes sense, right? I'm not sure why I can't use the WASD keys, WASD, for moving. Honestly, that is kind of annoying. Granted, I probably shift towards the arrow keys because I'm not that much of a PC gamer, as you might have been able to guess. Hence the fact that I'm using Xbox game clips to record this, as well as an Xbox One microphone. I saw a freaking cold collar somewhere. Where did I see the cold collar? Maybe I'm blind. Where? Can you see up here? No? Well, I say telemarketer, so let's just put telemarketer, because he's a sellbot. I have some costly items for you today. What? Okay. Cool. Also have to read everything in a different voice, because why wouldn't I? But also half the things I say just make for great teal text. I think you guys will enjoy that. I think you will. Because I know for a fact you're not going to enjoy me just talking to a mic forever, but, you know, during Toontown Central, when we get to, you know, harder things, where, you know, I'm having to use more strategy than just click that gag, click that gag. Granted, at the end of the day, the strategy of the game is just click that gag, but when it's, okay, we gotta lure the cog, and then we gotta hit the 9 of the birthday cake, and then we need to rain a little late, because I'll get a little late. You know, just strategies like that. That will make for more exciting commentary than me talking about UHH, because I have nothing else to talk about. Yeah. So, granted, this one probably won't be edited. I don't think I'm going to show you the list just on the screen, because that would involve editing. I mean, of course it would. So if you're curious, just go to trueachievements.com. I think it's under main menu, maybe? I don't know. It's the second one in the nav bar, and then you'll go to UHH2, and then you can see the full UHH2 thing. If you click match 2, and then search Christoph Isolate 2, you can see my matchup. If you're that curious. Oh. I mean, it's what I'm talking about for most of the Toontown Central run through here. And considering that's I'm only releasing these, what, once, basically an hour a week is typically how this goes. I'll probably be talking about UHH for the entirety I am in UHH. I don't know what I'm trying to say there. I'll probably just keep talking about UHH for the entirety of the Toontown Central run through. I'm trying to phrase this correctly. I will be in Toontown Central for the entirety I am in UHH. So get used to me talking about UHH. I think that's better worded. There we go. You know. See, I know words. I have the best words. Hey, I mean, you know, if I've got the vocabulary of a person running for president, you know, that means I must have a good vocabulary, right? It's because I know words, you know. I know the best words. Only the best words. What a guy. So this obviously is, we're not getting anything done here, just me walking up and down the street. Not getting a whole lot done. And, yeah. Let's switch districts. Pastel Plains. Okay. Yeah, this is gonna take more of a Farlands or bus style. You know, as far as format goes, because basically, if you guys are familiar with Farlands or bust, I'm sure some of you will be and some of you won't be, assuming I get more than 2 viewers. Jokes. All the jokes. But yeah. Basically, as I'm basically traveling to the Farlands, to use that analogy, sure, I am just gonna be rambling about whatever. You know, well, actually, the way Kurt does it, for the most part at least, is he takes a question to the audience, be like, hey, what do you think about this? Have you ever done this? You know, crap like that. We'll see, I might at some point. Who knows? Sure. Move the mic a little bit. Okay, there we go. Let's do that. Well, yeah. He also does edit his videos every now and then, so you'll have, kind of like what I do, is he'll have like yellow text, kind of, every now and then. Whereas on mine, I'm gonna have basically, it's gonna be the entire episode, it's gonna be the teal text. I don't know what I'm saying at this point. Just, I need to find a tangent to go off on. I just can't find one. Well, I guess I can look up what's happening in the world of Toontown Rewritten, as far as the updates go, because they just released Toonfest for this year, which, from what I can tell, is going to last until the end of October-ish. October 26th, I think is what they've said. because there are fireworks every 3 hours. Okay. You know, the TTR team really doesn't update the game with a whole lot of... Ooh, I covered it all, sweet. With a whole lot of, new things, because, first of all, coding does take a good amount of time, and since, you know, they don't even get paid by doing this, therefore they pretty much are either all in college, or they're all have jobs, or I'm sure some of them do both, are in college and have a job, so it's just in their free time, which, I mean, it's great, you know. The game crashed, by the way. So hopefully I will get my thoughts together before I come back. I guarantee you I won't. Okay. We are back. Yeah. I could have just gone to the choir district before restarting the recording, but who cares? Anyhow. The TTR team, you know, they aren't getting paid in any way. They're just doing all this in their free time. So the fact that there aren't too many updates really isn't that surprising. But granted, they do need to get some more updates out to this game, because there's not a whole lot to do once you beat the game. And beat the game as in gotten your 100 laugh from the main storyline. And, you know, are able to fight all bosses, basically. That's what I consider beating the game. You can then go out and grind through every boss 78 times until you're at 120 laugh-ish. Maybe a little more because of fishing. Grind out fishing as well. Grind out racing. Grind out golfing, and then you will be at 133 laugh, because there's 4 extra from gardening. So I need something from the Lawbots. Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay, well, on the bright side, hockey is going to start up pretty soon, and that is going to be great. I'm a Minnesota Wild fan, by the way, in case you're curious. They seem to have a pretty good team going into this year. Might not be a team that's able to win the Stanley Cup, but it's definitely a team that's going to make the playoffs. It's not like the, you know, your Tarasenko Blues. I don't know where I was going with that, I'll be honest. Oh well. But yeah, hockey start up again, and that'd be something that's been great, because I'm a pretty big fan of hockey. Granted, I don't watch every single game the end of the Wild play. I'll definitely watch a good majority of them. Watch or listen to via the radio. Radio as in the radio app on the NHL app. I guess that the radio feature is the better way to say that. Whatever. Why? This game is not the best in giving me something to talk about. I'll be honest. Because Toontown Central, it's just nothing, basically. There's no real strategy. This is, hey, we're gonna teach you how to play the game. We're gonna teach you throw and squirt, and we're gonna teach you how you're gonna get your new gags, basically. It's just teaching you how to play the game, which is perfectly fine. But it doesn't do well in the form of commentary. In fact, I'm not even sure how freaking the Random Toon. I'm trying to think of a better name for him. I guess I could say Michael, but if I say Michael, I mean, which Michael am I talking about? Oh, but Random Toon was able to let's do an entire series for this. Yeah. And I mean, for the most part, I mean, granted, for the most part, everybody's gonna follow the complete solo rules in Toontown Central, because basically you just can't enter a building with somebody. That's basically it. That's basically the only real rule. And you get a bunch of other rules that are in play, but no one really does that in Toontown Central. You know, I don't think anybody is going to really fight a boss. Cannot walk through a door. I feel like the game crashed again. So this is a great game. I don't feel like, unless you're going with an Uber, which people definitely do, because it's a different form of challenge in the game, because there's not a whole lot of challenge in this game. Oh, there we go. Because, honestly, you know, the VP is pushover. Once you learn how to fight the CJ, it's a pushover as well. CFO as well. I mean, CEO, there's a bit of challenge to it. You won't win every single time, but I mean, if you got a group of people who know what they're doing, which you'd be surprised how rare that actually is, you will win every time. Granted, I mean, CEO, you could get unlucky and go sad, but I mean, if you know what you're doing, you won't. Know what you're doing in that case is you know how to basically dodge everything. You know how to fight the boss. And the other three bosses, it's just you know how to play the freaking game. You know how to fight cogs. You know how to fight cogs as in sound through them, basically. You know the sound strategies. You know, once it runs out of sound, go to lure. And the basic strategies from there. You know, lure left, kill right. It's not a hard game, and I won't say third round, but I guess it's not technically a third round for two of those three bosses. Let's just say the boss round. It's fairly simple. I mean, I'll go on rant after I talk to Sticky Live here, so I don't just walk everywhere randomly. Nope, that didn't really help. I put grease right on there and the money. That gives me an idea. Now, before I forget it, defeat Cashbox. Bring back water to wet it. Why would Cashbox be carrying water? Who knows? But, now, basically, the CJ, it is just spam the freaking evidence at the scale. That is how you fight the CJ. You know, there are people who stun. Yes. But you can get away with not doing that. Absolutely, you can absolutely get away with people not stunning. You can also get away with standing still, really. I mean, if everyone stands still, you're not gonna win, of course. But honestly, it's such an easy boss that you're not gonna take enough damage to die in it. As long as you have a group of people who at least semi-know what they're doing, and not, evidence, what do they, I'm gonna throw this evidence at the moon, yes, we'll throw it at the moon, cause that's how you defeat, the CJ, right? Yes, throw evidence at the moon, right? But, as far as the, CFO? That's the casual one, right? I think so. Chief Financial Officer, yeah, the CFO. That fight is a little more technical than the VPs. A lot more technical than the freaking CJs. You know. I mean, CJs is just spam the delete key. Woohoo! Much fun. Such wow. All funds. That's 4% cash rot, okay. That fight is basically you have half the team jumping on top of the goons' heads, and you have team picking up safes or goons and throw them at the CFO. And if you have to throw basically you want to throw goons at the CFO for the most part. Safes more damage, but the CFO has to be stunned, otherwise he's going to use it as a helmet. Definitely a lot more technical. You definitely need to know what you're doing to a degree, but you can take the path of just jumping on goons' heads. A practice you're probably used to at this point because of how many times you've done the freaking Cellbot Factory. So I mean, you do that, you're gonna get by. It's not that technical of a boss. Plus, I think the max they can do is 24, and 4 damage. The goons can at least. Did I recover the item? I actually didn't even check. I did. Wow. That was kind of quick. Okay. So I mean, that's why I like the CFO. I think CFO is probably my favorite boss, to be honest, because there is that aspect of technicality to it. You have to know what you're doing in order to survive. You as an entire group, you individually could have no idea what you're doing and survive, but as long as the average person in that group at least has an idea of what they're doing, how to operate the crane, you'll survive. But it's not really that hard. There isn't an aspect of challenge in this game. I mean, I would argue that you should never be able to beat a boss 100% of the time. Never. I mean, you know, max level boss and max level character should never be able to beat it 100% of the time. I don't care how good you are, you should never be able to beat it 100% of the time. Anyway, sticky glue. Hooray! I'm almost free of this drying glue. As a reward, I have a gift for you. You can laugh a little longer about it, and then... Yipes, I'm already stuck here again. Your laughing limit has increased by 3. Now please don't go jump in a tree. You also haven't watered your trees, because you haven't paid any attention to that, but Jeff doesn't have any trees, so... whatever. My main does, but who cares about my main tune? Who needs organic sound anyhow? I should have actually asked her for a tune task. That would have been a good idea, but I didn't. Two penny pinchers or 2 flunkies. Yeah, I don't really like that. Whew. So I believe I started recording about 1:40, so we're about halfway through this episode. Yeah. Okay. I mean, the average episode is probably maybe... yeah, I want it to be 40 minutes-ish for the edited episodes, but like an hour for the non-edited episodes. That way we actually get somewhere. You know, as well as the edited ones, where I want those to be shorter because it's easier to do from the shorter. I can put more time and effort into it and make sure I can get it up within the time limit. which I absolutely didn't do for this last one, but that's to be expected, to be honest. I'm pretty sure what Lou was giving me 2 pencil pushers for something. 2 penny pinchers might have been it. Why'd I take 4 penny pinchers if I can get 4 or 2 pencil pushers? 2 lawbots. That's my kind of task. 2 cold call. Yeah, let's just do 2 lawbots. That's not hard. So, as far as edited episodes, I'll probably do 1 a month, maybe? You know, put the teal text in. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, Town of Salem. Town of Salem will be coming out whenever Toontown Rewritten episode comes out, by the way. I do have 2 in the queue. We'll see if I ever use them. They're not that great, but they're recorded. So, you know. They're, again, Town of Salem is the easiest game to freaking do a video on. Really easy. Because it's just basically... Basically, it's what this game will end up becoming. Talk about the strategy, talk about what you think, and try not to die. And I mean, that is where the commentary is gonna really come in. Really, these first few episodes. Granted, I'm doing this to show, hey, I soloed Toontown Central, woohoo, as well as work out the kinks in editing. Basically, work out the kinks in everything. For the time when I get to the major stuff, you know, I'm actually starting to solo the VP. And that'll be way up there. That'll be a really long time from now. But I want to know how to edit by then. I want to know how to format this. What I need to be talking about, just that kind of crap. And what could we get here? That's definitely where commentary's gonna shine, because right now I'm just talking about random nonsense that just comes to the top of my head, because that's all I can. You know, I can't talk about, okay, strategy here. 4 pencil pushers doesn't sound that good, so let's get a different Doom task. Oh man. Well, this one. 3 cogs? Yeah, I think I'll take 3 cogs. I think I'll fight 3 cogs, yeah. So, the F1 race at Malaysia is the most recent one that has come out. That has been ran. At the time of recording this, again, this is October 5th. You know, if you don't want to hear spoilers, I want to skip ahead a minute, or just not watch this, because I don't know why you're watching this anyhow. Because this isn't that exciting. Maybe come back when we get to freaking downstock and soloing buildings, but that's a pretty good Grand Prix. You know, Ricardo won. Because Hamilton, I don't remember if it's a turbo failure or an engine failure, but basically his car failed, and that is the 2nd race of the season Mercedes haven't won, thanks to Vettel spinning out Rosberg, you know, turn 1, ruining Vettel's race completely, because this basically his front left tire got destroyed and detached the car, basically. And there was no apparent damage to Rosberg's car. Supposedly, he reported that the car didn't feel right. but he said that there was no real damage done to the car. Which, okay. But that, getting spun out in turn 1 is going to send you to basically last. And it did. He got sent down to effectively 17th place. And came back and got 3rd, which... Okay. I'm not a very big Rosberg fan. In fact, I'm actually a Red Bull and Ferrari fan. So, I mean, it's not been that great of a season. I shall say this is the first season that I've basically been full out following F1. In past years, I've been occasionally glancing, oh, cool, pure standings, okay. I'll make sure to check this again, I don't know, a month. I did watch the occasional race last year. Watched the Singapore Grand Prix last year. At that point, I think I remember seeing Verstappen and Toro Rosso doing fairly well, and I think pretty much I basically said, hey, Verstappen is going to be the first one of the non-Hamilton, Rosberg, and Vettel to actually win a race. Granted, I think it would happen this season. I thought it would be way in the future. Maybe 2019, 2020. When he actually got that race win. When freaking Mercedes, are falling off the table, falling off the #1 dominant spot. But I digress. I mean, that's still incredible. Because Verstappen, at that point, was 18. I think he's 19 now. And winning an F1 race at the age of 18 is... That's unreal. I mean... Before he won, the youngest ever winner was Sebastian Vettel, who was... Vettel. I can't even say Vettel. Come on, me. Sebastian Vettel. Vettel. Why can't I say Vettel? Come on. But, Vettel, who was 21 at the time, so, I mean, quite an age difference there. So, I mean, I do like Verstappen. Verstappen, he is a very good driver. He can defend quite well. Granted, it might not be within the rules of how he's defending. Sometimes, because basically in F1, you were not allowed to move twice. So if you're in a straightaway, you can't swerve to the left of the block and swerve back to the right. You cannot do that. That's not within the rules, because then you'll have a car basically behind you. Let's say it's Kimi Raikkonen, because it always seems to be, who, goes to the left. You are allowed to, of course, block that one initial time. So, if Kimi goes to the left, and then Verstappen counters and goes to the left, Kimi can then go to the right and go past him if he has momentum. That's how the rules work. That's in order to avoid wrecks. Because unlike in NASCAR, where basically wrecks are the focus for some reason, in F1, there really aren't a whole lot of wrecks. I mean, you will see more engine failures than basically engine failures, brake failures, just failures are how people retire from races. You will see the occasional, wreck, such as Vettel turn 1 hitting Rosberg and having his wheel get detached. Such as, I don't know if I'm consider the, Haas, not Roman, Esteban Gutierrez, because his tire just kind of fell off his car, and that's why he was not going to race. I'm not sure if that was because they didn't put the lug nut in all the way. Because there's only one lug nut, by the way. The game's crashed. I'm scrambling at this point. But I don't know. We'll see. Okay, we are back. So, I guess I should talk a bit about Toontown Rewritten and the direction I like to see the game go. Granted, we all want to see another boss being added to the game. A boss that is much harder than, you know, the CEO, VP, the 4 bosses we have in the game currently. No flip, I have no gags. Yeah, it's probably in the episode once I get this task done. But, you know, creating a extra boss, I do think it'd be a great idea. The initial requirements, I'm not sure what they'd be. Maybe have the level 12 suit for each boss. I don't want to have the level 50 suit of each boss be a requirement. Because you want the boss to be accessible by, you know, a majority of your people, but you don't want to make it too easy to get into. Because you don't want a level, I say level, a person 25 laugh getting in and basically dying instantly, because he should, because if the boss is hard, they will die basically instantly. But the way rewards go will make any boss incredibly easy, because the fires, the freaking Bessies, your SOS Unite Heals. SOS Unite Heals, yeah. Whatever. You get I'm going with this. Rewards can make the game overly easy. And there's no reason to even use your rewards in the base game because the game is already too easy. Why would you spend that much time? Or why would you waste your rewards when it's easy? And the main consensus is use them to solo. And then you have people like Coach Z who say, hey, stop wasting your rewards on yourself. That's selfish. But what else are they going to use rewards on? The game is incredibly easy. And even though the game is incredibly easy, well, actually, because the game is incredibly easy, you have people who are bad at the game, because they can get through the game without having to learn the mechanics. They can get through the game by training in boss battles, then get through the game by luring on sounded cogs, then get through the game just by throwing out a trap anytime they see a lure, then get through the game doing whatever they want. Because, I mean, your more experienced tunes as well, they're going to get them through it. For the most part, you know, you got your DJYCs who are basically going to say, no, you're stupid, you're going to die, you're going to learn a lesson eventually. Which, you know, is that a good idea to just basically kill off your tunes who, or your teammates who aren't doing anything? It, you know, you could call it greening, and I'd probably agree with that it is greening, but to a degree, you could say it's necessary, because you're trying to make people better at the game by saying, hey, if you're going to play stupid, you're not going to win this fight. Which, I don't know. I definitely go back and forth on that a bit, because yes, in theory you're making better people, but you're not. Because those people aren't going to learn. They're not going to learn just because they go sad once. They can go sad multiple times. You know, they need a game. I'm not doing that one. Screw that. They need a game where basically What do I choose? Oh, it's juice. Ugh. 2 boss bots? I'm gonna go with 2 boss bots, I guess. I'm sure that's like the most rare cog in the game, isn't it? Probably. But basically, you know, your bad tunes will just get through the game doing whatever. And, you know, people have talked about, hey, you know, the little man task, which is, I mean, there's more to the little man task than just the 24 plus star cog buildings, but that is the main part of it. That is the main part of it that everybody notices, not the fishing the toads, fishing a toad, a girlfriend, that kind of crap. You know, no one really remembers that. It's there, but no one really notices. They get 10 ice creams from the max little cog. No one remembers that. It's the 24 plus star cog buildings, because that takes time. And while it's not necessarily any more difficult than, let's say, 5 4 plus star cog buildings, it's more grindy, because when you're working on tunes, you can get through a 4 plus star cog building these. It's not hard. What that is there for is A, get your gags up to level, B, learn how to play the game. If you cannot get through this easily, you're gonna struggle when we get to the bosses. Unless, you know, you get a group that's just gonna carry you through it, which happens way too often. But you know, I'm going off on saying, hey, you know, you should be good at this game. You know, good bosses. You do need the better team sometimes. Just say, hey, this is how you do this boss. This is how you do it. Here are the strategies. Here's what you should be doing. This is the most effective way to get into this boss. And, you know, your lower tunes, they will learn from the higher tunes. You know, I'm sure the lower tunes will make mistakes every now and then. You know, in the boss fight, okay, that's fine. That's fine. But in the freaking the gag part, you've been playing through this game for how many hours to get to that point, and you don't know how to freaking do that. You don't know how to sound. You don't know sound strategies. You don't know lure strategies. You don't know any strategies. You're just going to spam one gag and get XP for that gag, because that one gag is the only gag you don't have, you know, maxed. And it's, I don't know. I don't know. The game definitely needs to be harder. Isn't that a level 4 cog? It might not be. No, I think it's money bag. No, money bag's not level 4. Hold on. No, I guess it's level 3. Wow, okay. Yeah, we'll do the same task again, screw it. Why do you think the game needs to be harder? Because harder gameplay means people will get better at the game. Or they'll quit. But, you know, you can make the boss as hard as you want. You know, that's all fine and dandy, but you're never going to find the perfect point where between too hard and too easy, because there are always people who are going to beat the boss every single time. There are people who can never beat that boss. It's always going to happen, unless you make the boss so freaking easy. Storm Cellbot, where it's just it doesn't even matter. You might as well just be doing a one-story cog building. There's no challenge to it. So I do think the best way to get good gameplay into this game, you know, in order to actually have harder bosses, which, you know, harder the game is, the more fun it is, really. Unless it's infuriatingly hard, then it's not very fun. Because of course it's not. You know, I don't know who likes dying over and over again. I mean, come on, Dark Souls fans. What's wrong with you guys? But, PvP. A PvP mode. Maybe not direct PvP. But basically an arena where a team of 4 is trying to outlast another team of 4. I think is how you're going to get the best gameplay out of this game. Because then you have people learning how to effectively conserve their gags. You'll have people who are learning, you know, how to work together as a team effectively. Because you know, online multiplayer, the difficulty of that varies greatly. And it will vary based on how good your community is. The better community is at the game, the harder it will be. And it's also going to be a lot of fun, because not only will it be fun, it would also be addictive. Because, yeah, I mean, you know, this game, it is a fairly good game. But when people don't know how to play it, anyways, and I think I've posted, you know, my ideas for Outlast Arena on the was it Central Forums, MMO Central Forums, I think is the name of the website. Which I really think that would be a great idea. I hope the TTR team implements it, or at least something like it, because this game needs upfront PvP. Because what MMORPG doesn't have PvP in its game somehow? It almost needs it. Okay, we're bunny. Oh, come on. I'm trying to end the episode. Pencil Pusher just fall down dead. There we go. So we'll turn the task and end the episode. Now, obviously, direct PvP would not work, because this game is not balanced to do direct PvP. Because it's not like your gags do less damage to higher level cogs. They do the exact same amount of damage to whatever level cog. There's no defense. Yeah, there's no defense rating on the cogs. There's no defense rating on your teammates, because it doesn't matter if you are 100 laugh or 15 laugh. A paradigm shift, if it hits you, it's going to do 24 damage. So, I mean, you cannot get a balanced game for direct PvP, which is, yeah. So you'd have to do indirect PvP, which I think could very much work. Anyways, this has been another episode of the complete solo run of Toontown Rewritten, and I will see you guys later.